as a company, just laid out a 3-year strategic plan. We've met everybody in groups of 10 or so to talk about it, to listen, to talk about ways to engage, thank you, to be involved as we're building and growing our organization, building Cambridge. I'm very proud to announce that I'm making Mark Braun president, effective immediately.
I was thinking about all the rich history that we have together over the last 9 years. And John and Kevin and I have actually been working on this transition plan for over a year. And when John said it was time, I said, I think we need one more year. I don't think we're ready. And the reason I said that is because this change is a big change. And there's risk involved. And so I was thinking through, what is it that makes me hesitate to say now instead of in a year? And when I went home and thought about it, I just looked around, and I looked around the room, and I looked at each of you, and I saw how much growth I've seen over the last 2 to 5 years. And I said, every single person that I watch inside of Cambridge has grown tremendously. From the front line making improvements every day, to the frontline supervisors stepping into new leadership roles, to Bruce and his leadership, and Doug and the revenue team, and all sides seem to be growing rapidly. And I said, what is it that's making me hesitate? I think you guys are ready. And so what gives me confidence today to take on that role, and what's given me confidence over the last 3 weeks as we've been actually planning for the transition, is your growth. I think you're ready for this next 3 years, this next decade of growth together. And so I'm proud, I'm honored to accept this role and to serve you as your president. This slide represents John's heart and his vision to have people growth and organizational health that drives healthy growth. In order to do that, the key organizational changes that he's mentioned, John as chairman and CEO, he is not going anywhere. And so he is going to be right here leading the company and leading us and setting the vision. I'm proud to promote Doug Eisenhart to VP of Sales, Marketing, and Service. Doug has been here 3 years and has demonstrated incredible leadership, not only from the revenue side, but also an understanding of what it takes to lead revenue while understanding operational requirements and constraints. And so, if you'll please welcome Doug Eisenhart to this new role. I mentioned that the only thing that gives me confidence is your growth. And it's really the same thing that gives Doug confidence stepping into his role, and the same thing that made me confident to promote Doug to that role. It's the growth of his people underneath. It's the growth of the representatives out in the markets. It's the growth of the regional managers owning more of their own growth and their own responsibility. He will have Randy and the marketing team, Gerald and the service team, as well as his regional managers and the strategic account managers, the technical advisors underneath him. So thank you, Doug, for serving in that role. One more round of applause for him. The second change that makes me ready to take on this role is a dear friend and a colleague, Kevin Thompson. Kevin and I have been working side by side, shoulder to shoulder, over the last 7 years. When we're behind closed doors and we're praying together on each other's shoulders, it is amazing to walk through this complex business and this complexity of leadership with somebody who I care so deeply for. Kevin is going to concentrate on the Chief Financial Officer role, and he is so gifted in this role. The financial stewardship that he has used to bring us out of digging the hole. Do you remember filling the hole? Yeah, everybody doesn't like that one, but yeah, that was Kevin helping to lead and steward the financial resources of this company. That looks differently now than it did before. As we grow and continue to invest in strategic areas of investment, Kevin's going to be leading us in there. So please, a round of applause for Kevin, all the work he's done.
You know, it's really interesting that as we've continued to grow, the actual need for this role to be full-time has grown along with that. And we're at that point, and with the plan we have over the next 3 years, it's really going to take somebody full-time in this role. What I get to do then is the next announcement, which is For the last 3 years, I've had the opportunity to have a gentleman, I guess as my subordinate, but I seldom think of him that way, in leading the manufacturing efforts here in my role as operations leadership. I don't think I've ever worked with somebody that I have enjoyed as much and I have seen grow as rapidly. And when Bruce, 3 years ago, came into the role that he's in now, he came in with a tremendous amount of respect from the organization. And he was young and had a lot to learn from a leadership perspective, and I've watched him grow faster than I anticipated, and he is prepared now to take on the senior operations leadership role here, and so he will be doing so as Director of Manufacturing here at Cambridge.
All right, so in order for me to focus on the supply chain, ops engineering, manufacturing, facilities, and everything else that we have to focus on, along with our 13 initiatives, our imperatives, Dave sitting here is going to fill the role as production manager. So give Dave a big warm welcome. He's definitely people first, right? So his main focus is going to be growing the people. That's been one of the keys here with everybody and the success here at Cambridge is how do we grow our people? So you're going to see a lot of focus on that over the next 3 years. So you already kind of see some of the rollout of what we had planned, but there's a lot going on there, so people focused. And then our lean approach, his humility, everything else that he drives into this organization and makes everybody who they are. So I'm really excited about that. We got a lot of room to grow. We got a lot of stuff to improve. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for all you guys. So you guys have done an excellent job over the last 3 years.
One more area that has been covered so greatly and so richly over a long time, and that is Darla Gibson. She has played many roles in this organization. She actually plays 2 that we've identified that are full-time roles, so she plays a 2X role. She plays a full-time role as our Director of HR and a full-time role as the Executive Admin to John and the executives. And so we're going to be working with Darla closely. I'm going to be working with her, but the whole executive team on how to fill these 2 roles as we grow. Because these are 2 full-time roles, and she's playing both of them right now. She's great at both of them. And so she'll be working closely with me and the team to decide how to best fill the other full-time role. And that, over the next 3 to 6 months, will be discussed and outlined. So please, a big round of applause for Darla, all that she does. One of the greatest questions I've had from the leaders as we've just shared with them over the holiday season that this was happening. One question came up and they said, what can we expect from a vision perspective from you or from the organization? Is there going to be a change in vision? And I want you to know that over the last 9 years, but a little bit before that, I have followed this man right here with all my heart. John Kramer, how he leads his family, how he leads you as this business, how he leads at the church and school. I have fallen in love with his leadership and his vision. His vision is grand. His vision is to do something that many would consider impossible, and that is to build a growth-based culture, a culture that grows healthy over and over and over and over, and holds on to the beautiful family culture, the beautiful closeness that we feel today. And so, from a vision perspective, it's still his vision, it has been his vision, and it will be his vision. We are the translators of that vision and the executors of that vision together, and we have to do it together. And so, when I shared with that individual who asked me that specific question, as I said, John's vision hasn't changed. I have been testing his vision for 9+ years. I tested it for 3 months before I joined the firm. I said, are you really serious? You want to make the changes necessary to grow the organization? And he said, yes. And he has been unwavering on that. He has been doubling down investments into the company, back into the company, back into the company, back into the company every year. And he wants to build that. And so the only change is how we translate that and what we go out and do with that. So you have seen the strategic plan that has been put together. Our goal is to have an aligned strategies around accomplishing that vision. I don't want to go anywhere without all of you. And so, from a vision perspective, you've still got the same source of vision. If you hear disconnects from me, you come to me and say, that's not what I heard. I need you to do that. I need you to do that to John. John needs you to do that. So does Doug, Kevin, and Bruce. So what you can expect from me is that I need to build relationships with those of you who I don't hold them now. There are many of you who I know dearly and I fall in love with. And there's some of you that I have no idea who you are. I don't know your first name and I don't know your last. And so I'm sorry about that, but I need to know those. I need to know you. I need to know who you are, your dreams and your passions, so that I can help fill that out. And so you'll see me more in areas where I don't know, in operations where I haven't been leading for almost 7 years now. I'm going to spend more time there. In engineering where I haven't been investing. I'm going to be spending more time there. And so you can expect that. And what I would hope that you would share is who you are with me. And I know that we'll build a relationship. And those people that I know, I have a deep relationship with, and those that I don't know how to. And so you'll see that. I expect no change in our direction. You have seen the strategic plan, and all I'm going to be doing is working to remove obstacles so that you guys can operate on those teams and knock it out of the park. So I'll be spending time with each of you over the next 30, 60, 90 days, and I'll say, what would you like me to do more of? What would you like me to do less of? And please be honest. I can, it might hurt, but I can take it. And so I want to be able to take it. So please share with me what you would like me to do and what you would like me not to do moving forward. And so with that, we're on to the last piece. And I'm so excited to say lean and clean until 9:15. Let's go get it.